5 furlongs. There are no changes in the third. In the fourth race this evening, a distance of 6 furlongs. Number 5, Mr. O, has been scratched. Scratch, number 5, Mr. O. In the fifth race, a distance of 6 furlongs. There are no changes in the fifth. In the sixth race tonight, a distance of 6 furlongs. There are no changes in the sixth. And in the seventh and final race tonight, a distance of 1 mile. There are no changes in the seventh. Those are the changes, corrections, and scratches for tonight's racing program. Post time for the opener coming up in 38 minutes. Up next, it's Handicappers Corner.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Handicappers Corner on another Fab Friday at Emerald Downs. And what a season we've had so far. A little more in store this weekend as well, Tom Harris.
Yes, Joe, and it's hard to believe we're coming up on the halfway point. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. You're right there. That is a little bit astounding. But last weekend, what a fine weekend at Emerald Downs. We had another Fab Friday night. We had our 30th birthday on Saturday. A little celebration there, recognizing longtime investors, employees, horsemen. And Sunday, our first venture into stakes races for 2026, Tom. And as expected, some outstanding performances. Aloha Breeze became the richest filly or mare in track history, and she strutted her stuff once again.
Oh, did she? She is just sensational, and she just, I guess she's at the peak of her game. Who knows? I mean, it could go on from here.
Yeah, well, divisional champion here, the only horse to do it at ages 2, 3, and 4. She did it again last year as a 5-year-old mare, and, she's 2 for 2 this year with that Hastings Stakes behind her. Yeah, top older filly or mare earner in Emerald Downs history. She passed Fleet Pacific with that victory in the Hastings. We did have 4 different riders win, 4 different trainers in the stakes races, 4 different horses too.
And that's always good to see too. You want to see spread the wealth a little bit there on Super Stakes Day, right?
Yeah, you bet. Tax Code, his first ever stakes race appearance was a big success as he took the Budweiser and Chase outran him up front in that Auburn Stakes. And, of course, Bewitching Joy, our top 2-year-old filly last year, boy, she really has a big kick. She won again as she took this Seattle. So really fine day last Sunday, great weather. Crowds are fantastic, and the Corgis bring in the people as well. This is Corgi weekend at Emerald Downs, and a busy weekend for you.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got the whole crew's going to be here. Look at this. We've got some of the Corgis coming back from last year. We've got some new Corgis come to town as well. You know, every year they just get a little faster and faster, and the distance is going to be a little different on the Saturday races, 40 yards as opposed to 50 on the championship day. So that's going to be one little twist. Yeah, that's the way I feel on some days right there. But they're a lot of fun, and we got our people in to do the production work, and it will air later in the year on ESPN2, perhaps later in the summer.
Yes.
That is. So exciting stuff.
That's right. The Corgi weekend, it's both Saturday and Sunday. The championships are on Sunday, and we have had a ton of fun doing that. And again, as Tom mentioned, a half-hour show once again on ESPN2 coming up. I know Alex Wilson from the Weather Channel is going to be here once again this year. She's a veteran of Corgi weekend.
Absolutely she is. She's an absolute fixture on Corgi Day, and we love to have Alex here. And she's pretty much a seasoned professional on the world champion Corgi racing scene.
Yes, indeed. Okay, well, Saturday, some qualifying races among the Corgis, and of course, the thoroughbreds all weekend long. We've got some outstanding fields coming up. Another 2-year-old race on Sunday, and just some fast sprinters I know are in action. We do have a pick 6 carryover as well. The jackpot pick 6 races, it'll be races 2 through 7 today. That carryover is a little over $6,000. There's that jackpot pick 6 carryover. 10-cent bet. Yeah, you can get a whole lot of horses involved on your ticket for a very nominal fee. All right. Well, let's do some handicapping.
Why not?
You only had one Handicappers Corner last week. We had CJ as a guest, and he did well. He had 3 winners, as you and I did. And then Saturday as well, we didn't have a show due to our 30th birthday celebration. What the heck's going on there?
Well, we got a lot of stuff going on, Joe, but at least we get to talk about them, too, before race time through the night. So fans can be on the listen for that, a couple of minutes to post time.
You bet. Okay, let's take a look at the first race. 3-year-olds and up, maiden, 6 furlongs, 1 first-time starter. Number 2, Hillbilly Hot Rod, makes his career debut. What about the first tonight?
Well, Joe, I like Bull Tiz. This one chased an absolute monster in the last outing. I think it's going to find the going a little bit better here in this race today. So I put that one on top. I went 4, 3, and 5.
Yeah, he is going to be a heavy favorite. Tim McCanna is just pushing so many right buttons. Our 10-time training champion, number 2 all-time in wins behind Frank Lucarelli. What a start he's having. He's off to he's at 45% for the meeting. And Bull Tiz, yeah, he ran into See You Now, who ran the fastest maiden 6 furlongs in track history.
Amazing.
Yeah, Bull Tiz is going to be a heavy favorite. Kevin Krieger aboard. And by the way, it's a Friday night, so we've got some live music. We've got the fabulous Murph Tones getting ready to perform. Yeah, out by the winner's circle, getting ready for that. And we've got the horseshoe toss as well. Make sure you fill out your entry blank to get a chance to throw for $1,000 with a ringer. Let's get back to horse racing.
Yeah, who's the celebrity tosser?
Anyway? I don't know. I don't pick that, so that's a surprise.
It'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second race, fillies and mares at 6 furlongs. It's a $15,000 claiming race. Really good field here. Who do you like?
You know, I think Miss Flashy Harbor, Joe, has a pretty solid closing step to offer and just seemingly continues to improve coming into this race, although I will say that Highlight offers pretty good speed on the inside and does step up just a little bit here tonight. But I went 3, 1, and 4. Okay.
Well, you picked Zippin Sevens. Let's see. She's 8 years old. You picked her 5 years ago.
Yes.
And she had a nice win against 3 and Up. And I did select her one time last summer, and she paid well. I'm going to go with her She ran well down in Phoenix. She ran well at Grants Pass. She loves Emerald Downs. She fits on class. A little bit of a break, hasn't raced since April down in Phoenix. So I'll go 2. And yeah, Ms. Flashy Harbor has been finishing so fast. Just hopefully she can get a pace to get her best move effective. But we like a couple of non-favorites there in race number 2. Third race starts our 50-cent pick 5. It's a filly and mare sprint for non-winners at 2.
I went to Secret Hottie number 7 in this race, who may like the shorter distance a little bit better here tonight. Bella Chow Chow, good speed, shortens up the step as well. I went 7-2-1 in this one, Joe.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty wide open. Secret Hottie, good price at 6-1. Omachi Girl is 8-1. I'm going to go with her. Her 2 races at this meeting were against much tougher competition. And then she went to Union and ran second. So back at Emerald Downs, a little softer spot for her. Let's go to the 4th race, the start of our late pick 4. Another good field of sprinters. Scratch Mr. O, the probable favorite in there, is not going to run today. 6 furlong sprint.
Yeah, that kind of changes this race up a little bit with the defection of number 5, Mr. O. But I liked Bluegrass Lint before the scratch, so I'm going to stay with Bluegrass Lint in this race. Gets the rail after a solid effort last time out. I think drawing inside is going to be a big benefit for this one. Alex Cruz has the call. I went 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, he can lay close in sprints. Pretty good 12-race career going for him. Lucky Code, I did go with Mr. O originally. The scratch puts me into Lucky Code, who he's been a good horse. He was a good horse here when he was younger. He's run well on the grass. Just a lot of solid efforts. Now, the distance of 6 furlongs might not be his best, but I do see he has a 2nd and a 3rd from 3 tries at that distance for Scott Freeman. So Lucky Code for me, and Bluegrass Lint for you.
And he's got a little class, too, coming into that race for sure.
Oh, you bet. Those are some nice races last year here and at Turf Paradise. 5th race is a non-winners at 2 for 3-year-olds and up.
How about Fruit Loots?
Okay.
Fruit Loots, why not? Has been well tested at the higher levels. Good effort last time out. I just like the way he steps into this spot here today at 6 panels. I used Aloha Chrome as the 2nd selection. This one was close a few times this year at Santa Anita. This will be the Emerald Downs debut for that one. 3, 5, and 7 for me.
3, Rosie Simpkins, look at her record so far this year. 8 starts, 3 wins, and 3 seconds. Her horses are performing fabulously, and most of them are sired by Lutz Gift, as is Fruit Loots. I might have made a mistake not putting him in there. I did go with Regarding Harry, who's come up from Phoenix and run very well at Emerald Downs. I see he is 5-2 for Jim Gilmore. 6th race is the first leg in the Daffodil Suite Sprint Series for fillies and mares. Again, thanks so much to Jody Peets for her attention to thoroughbred racing, and especially claiming type horses, maybe medium to lower level horses to run for some enhanced purses. She contributed to this and really got the ball rolling on the Hollywood Harbor and the Daffodil Suite Sprint Series, and we've got a good handicapping test here.
These races are so fun, these series races. It's really fun to be able to watch these horses through the complete series, and special thanks to Jody for her efforts into these races. I like Nan Elizabeth in this one, Joe. Nan Elizabeth, kind of a closer type, late running threat, could be tough at this level, I think. Didn't really get into the mix too much last time out early on in the race, but I think that, with a patient scenario, she could be tough late.
Yeah, she's dropping, and she's got 8 wins at this track, and boy, can she get a stretch kick going on her best day. So with her drop, she could be very tough in here. I did go with Thirsty Nick, a little bit of a price. 2nd off the layoff for her. She ran well here last year. Her comeback race was good as well. In fact, she went 2 turns in her comeback and ran a good 2nd. So Thirsty Nick, Carlo Lopez for Jerry Cum there, and Nan Elizabeth also with the same trainer, Jerry Cum. Maybe we'll get a Jerry Exact. You know, we had several
possible.
trainer exactas last weekend.
We did. In fact, I believe, wasn't it, I don't know which day it was last week, but the first 3
Yeah,
races
Saturday, yeah.
were trainer exactas.
Yeah.
You almost never see that. In fact, our good friend Paul showed me that one of the races was identical. I think it was the first 2 races all the way across in the order of finish, which is, I've never seen that before. So I don't know if that was a misprint or not, but
we had a few oddities. Yeah,
it was extremely rare. This 7th race, Joe, I went to Come Home, who looks right for the distance, has offered a good closing step on shorter ground. I think the distance on 2 turns will suit this one just right. I went 5, 2, and 1.
Okay, and you've got 8-1 morning line on Come Home. Now, this isn't Came Home now. It's Come Home.
That's right.
Okay. Shelley Crow trainee. I did go with Higher Performance. This is a maiden race. He's stretching out, but he does have tactical speed. I see he's favored on the morning line for Debbie Peary, Carlo Lopez. I'm on the 3, Tom's on the 5 and the 7th. And we've got a national anthem, but we've also got the fabulous Murph Tones on track level for our Friday night entertainment. Have a great Friday at Emerald Downs. Horses in the saddling paddock for race number 1 at Emerald Downs. Another Fab Friday upon us. And 7-race card, the fabulous Murph Tones, the Horseshoe Toss, the great specials at the concession stands, and the horses for the first race. Root Beer Paul is going to have the number 1 post position for his second career start. He's trained by Vince Gibson, and Blake Nunnally will be back aboard. He did debut a few weeks ago at Maiden 25,000. And wasn't a big factor that first career start, but boy, a learning experience, a drop in class, often a time of significant improvement. So Root Beer Paul gets his second try from the starting gate coming up tonight. And he has those blinkers on. He did race with blinkers in his career debut. Number 2. Barkley is the sire of Hillbilly Hot Rod. And this is the lone first-time starter in the race, Hillbilly Hot Rod. Started by Barkley, and Barkley is just off to a fantastic start as a stud, especially this year, 2026. Just a number of impressive winners, both in Arizona and in Washington. So he's got that going for him. Grand Bailey was a winning mare, and she is the dam of Hillbilly Hot Rod. This is another Vince Gibson trainee. First career start for a 3-year-old. Alex Anaya is aboard, and he'll be breaking next to his stablemate. Works don't jump off the page, the morning workouts on Hillbilly Hot Rod. But Vince Gibson isn't known for blazing workouts in the AM. Number 3, Rise Up and Go. Rise Up and Go is making a good effort out there. In fact, he just about picked up his maiden victory on June 14th a couple weeks ago, beaten just a half length from a little bit off the pace in a 6-furlong sprint. So a good race by Rise Up and Go. Al's Big Boy won that race. Rise Up and Go just about got there, was closing that gap. Had a couple of 4th place finishes prior to that. So an improved effort for Rise Up and Go. Carlo Lopez, second time aboard. A little bit at the mercy of the pace. He is pretty strictly an off-the-pace type. We'll see what Lopez has planned once the gates open for Rise Up and Go, an improving Oregon bred. Bull Tiz is going to be a heavy favorite in here. He had a couple starts at Santa Anita. Didn't show a lot down there, but those were higher levels. In fact, one maiden special weight try. And his first race here at Emerald Downs, he went off at 3-1 in that 8-horse field for maiden 10,000. See You Now was absolutely spectacular. The winner of that race, the 107.3 clocking, is the fastest maiden race 6 furlongs in Emerald Downs history, any classification. And Bull Tiz ran into that particular horse that day, but did finish second of 8 on his first trip around here. He's got Kevin Krieger back for Tim McKenna. Things have been going very well for both trainer and jockey. Krieger winning at 37% when riding for McKenna the last year and a half. McKenna is at 45% for the meeting. Krieger is at 27%, second leading rider behind Silvio Amador. So Bull Tiz, all systems go after that Emerald Downs debut 3 weeks ago. Colonel Brock, he's trying to get on his toes there. He's making his Emerald Downs debut today. Couple good races at Turf Paradise from him. In fact, just narrowly beaten in maiden races down there on the dirt. So he is a contender. He's got the 4 white stockings there. Washington bred by 613, trained by Heath Lawrence. Silvio Amador has the mount. Leading rider aboard Colonel Brock. Outside is going to be Love to Gig for trainer Victor Trujillo. Alex Cruz aboard, and certainly a contender as well as he drops out of a maiden special weight race won by Crossbone over Lead the Charge. Crossbone accounted himself very well in the Auburn Stakes last Sunday for the track's top 3-year-olds, and prior to that, some good tries at Turf Paradise for Love to Gig, the Victor Trujillo runner. That's Alex Cruz aboard. And we head to the track for the first of 7 on a Fab Friday.
And the horses are on the track for the first race this evening, the Handicappers. It's a maiden claiming event, distance of 6 furlongs, purse of $10,000 for maiden 3-year-olds and upward. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes for the opener. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if able and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
first race coming up at Emerald Downs, Fab Friday night. And the first race, the Pepsi Purse at 6 furlongs. This is a maiden race, non-winning horses looking for that first career victory. A field of 6. Let's head up to track announcer Tom Harris.
Well, Joe, somebody's going to graduate here, and I think it's going to be Bull Tiz. Bull Tiz, number 4, Kevin Krieger, has the assignment here. Bull Tiz, fresh out of that race, finishing second to See You Now, who put up the fastest 6 furlongs of the season. As we talked about earlier on Handicappers Corner, it was 107-3 that day. Just a sizzling performance by See You Now. Well, there's no See You Now in this first race. I think Bull Tiz has landed in a pretty good spot. Rise Up and Go is a good runner-up last time out. Looks to be a thread here. And Colonel Brock has a good early step to offer and certainly deserves to be in the conversation here. 4, 3, and 5, my picks here in the opener.
4, 3, 5, okay. Bull Tiz on top. I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, that second to See You Now. He ran quite well, and he ran fast. Just a really talented horse in front of him. So we do like number 4, Bull Tiz, to kick things off here on Friday night.
And the horses have reached the starting gate for the first race, the Pepsi Purse. There's a look from the Emerald Downs drone, piloted by Captain Louis DeFazio, as he does every racing day here at Emerald Downs, giving us all the great views from above. Field just about set for the opener here tonight. Root Beer Paul heads to the mark first. Inside post position under Blake Nunley. Now joined by Hillbilly Hot Rod. Hillbilly Hot Rod was a little anxious during the post parade, but he's settled down now pretty well. Rise Up and Go standing by, looks it over. Now led to the mark. Here comes Bull Tiz, next one. Colonel Brock, one from the outside. Love to Gig, last one up. Now they're in. All set. And runners away. Good start on the outside for Love to Gig. Colonel Brock quick into stride. Rise Up and goes in the early chase. Root Beer Paul kicks on at the rail. Bull Tiz next on the outside, 5 off the early lead. We drop back 4 to Hillbilly Hot Rod. Racing at the tail as they head on for the far turn. Love to Gig, the leader by a length. On the outside, Colonel Brock is right there to converge. Now those two are stride for stride into the far turn and 3/8 away. Bull Tiz called on, edging into third place now from the outside. Root Beer Paul back of that. Rise Up and Go follows in Hillbilly Hot Rod. They're now a quarter mile away as they run to the top of the stretch. Love to Gig, Colonel Brock dead in the eye. Here comes Bull Tiz on the attack now to join the leaders off the turn. They're homeward bound. Bull Tiz fully extended, puts a head in front. Colonel Brock fighting back from the inside, back to Love to Gig third, but Bull Tiz is running away. 70 yards for home, and it's all Bull Tiz, a winner by nearly a half dozen. Colonel Brock was second, Love to Gig finishing third. Rise Up and Go to Root Beer Paul and Hillbilly Hot Rod. Running time, 1:10 and 19/100ths. Your attention, trainers Frank Lucarelli, Jorge Rosales. Contact the claims clerk, please. Trainers Frank Lucarelli, Jorge Rosales. Contact the claims clerk, please. Unofficial order of finish on the board for the first race tonight. Finishing first, it was number 4, Bull Tiz. Second was number 5, Colonel Brock. Finishing third was number 6, Love to Gig. And fourth came number 3, Rise Up and Go. Running time of the race, 1:10 and 19/100ths. The first race tonight was the Pepsi Purse. Into the Michelob Ultra Winners Circle, Bull Tiz. Owned and trained by Tim McKenna. Ridden to victory by jockey Kevin Krieger. Bull Tiz is a 3-year-old. Chestnut gelding by Munnings from My Happy Place. She was sired by Tappet. Bred in Kentucky by Clarksland Farm, LLC. And here's a look at the prices for the first race tonight. Winner number 4, Bull Tiz, returns $254 to win, $210 to place and show. Number 5, Colonel Brock, $618 to place, $302 to show. Number 6, Love to Gig, $2.10 to show. Winning exacta, $14.06. 50-cent trifecta, $12.78. The 10-cent super, $5.62. There was a claim in the first race tonight. The winner, number 4, Bull Tiz, was claimed. The new owner, Marco Antonio Lopez Sanchez. The new trainer, Jorge Rosales. Number 4, Bull Tiz, claimed from the first race. Coming up, the second race at 6 furlongs, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse. Number 1, I Like, carries a corrected weight of 122 pounds. Post time for the second race at 7:24, less than 17 minutes until post time. Now more music from the Murph Tones.
second race. Outstanding field. Our top purse on this Fab Friday night. It's a filly and mare sprint at 6 furlongs. $15,000 claiming race. There's a look at Ms. Flashy Harbor. She has been finishing very well for trainer Steve Bullock. Carlo Lopez back on her. Field of 5 to kick off the 10-cent jackpot pick 6 wager. That goes races 2 through 7 tonight, and $6,100 in the carryover pool for the 10-cent jackpot pick 6. Field of 5, and Eyelight is the morning line favorite, and rightly so. She's 2 for 2 at the meeting. So unbeaten, and she ended 2025 on a real high note as well, as she won, 3 of her last 4 at Emerald Downs last year. So Eyelight, just an outstanding racehorse at various distances. And she did win 2 races at 2 turns last summer here at Emerald Downs. She only has to go 6 furlongs, where she's 4 for 11, coming off a win at that distance. An easy win. And she was claimed out of that race. Now in the barn of Frank Lucarelli, Isaias Enriquez aboard. Enriquez and Frank Lucarelli have been teaming up for quite a few years for success here at Emerald Downs and places elsewhere. So Eyelight is sharp. She's good. She's certainly one to beat. Zippin' Sevens has had an outstanding career. She's made $184,000, and she has run well wherever she's been. She's another versatile horse who won going 2 turns here last year. Solid sprinter at this distance, 9 of 12 in the top 3 with 3 wins. Just a little bit of a break, a little over 2 months since racing down at Turf Paradise. Showed some versatility with some good efforts on grass. Also in the Frank Lucarelli barn, daughter of Coast Guard, with Pablo Castillo, the apprentice aboard. Gets a few pounds from all of her foes, does Zippin' Sevens. Yeah, she's kept good company here throughout her career. Number 3 there, Ms. Flashy Harbor, again, just really moving well at the end of her races in 2026. Passing horses, finishing fast. She does have that schneid at the 6 furlong distance, 0 for 18, 10 seconds and thirds. Would like to see a couple go out and battle on the front end and set a fast pace, because Miss Flashy Harbor can pick them up. Steve Bullock, Carlo Lopez. There's the 4, Miss Union, another good contender in here. Second start ever at Emerald Downs. She ran into the razor sharp I'm Telling Mom in her first start here 3 weeks ago. That was a fast race. And she ran against Viva Lavino a whole bunch at Hastings last year. That horse had a fine 2025. Steve Henson runner. Miss Union goes to the track with Kevin Krieger, and Flying By is very sharp in 2026 for Kimberly Johnston. She is looking for her first Emerald Downs win this year, but only 1 start, a second to Eyelight. So 5 strong filly and mare sprinters here in race 2.
Dan Harrington's call to post for the second race tonight. The second race, a distance of 6 furlongs. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse. It's a claiming event, purse of $18,000. It brings out fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. Fans, don't forget to enter the $1,000 Lucky One Lemonade Horseshoe Toss drawing. Simply place your entry in the bin by customer service on track level prior to post time of the third race. We will select 3 winners and 2 alternates to throw a horseshoe after the 5th race this evening. If you get a ringer, you could win $1,000. If no one throws a ringer, the horseshoe closest to the stake will win $100. Be sure to get your entries in for tonight's $1,000 Lucky One Lemonade Horseshoe Toss.
Coming up on race 2, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse, and I Light looking to join the leaders at Emerald Downs in 2026. A horse with 3 victories. She's 2 for 2 so far. And the morning line favorite looking to go lower than that according to the dynamic morning line. She will be odds on. So I Light, the one to beat, but 4 very worthy foes. Tom Harris, who do you like in race 2?
You know, Joe, you're right. Eyelight has got just a ton of speed, and she's been very much in peak form towards the end of the 25 campaign. And the 2 starts so far here this year. She's 2 for 2 on the meeting, and she's done everything right. She does draw the inside post. But I'm going to give the edge to a closer, Miss Flashy Harbor, who likes to linger from off the pace. And she has demonstrated a good closing step in all of her conditioned $10,000 allowance events, the last 3 starts. Spanning back to last year. She's had 2 outs this year as well. I'll put Miss Flashy Harbor to get in front in the final jumps to the wire. I Like, though, is the one to catch. 3, 1, and 4 here in the second.
Okay, Ms. Flashy Harbor for Tom. I'm going to go Zippin' Sevens, the 2. We're both trying to upset the very frequent winner, I Light. Zippin' Sevens, a really fine career, and when last seen down in Phoenix was running well once again. And just a short break from Arizona racing to Emerald Downs, where she has done some outstanding work over her career. I'm on the 2. Tom's on the 3 here in race 2.
Fans, don't forget about the Fab Friday specials tonight. Half price for the best bet combos. Icy, garlic fries, hot dogs, fountain soft drinks, hand-scooped ice cream, and root beer floats. For those of you 21 and older, we have half-price Fireball shots, ciders, seltzers, margaritas, and draft beer. Also, check out our new Friday night special drink, the Afterglow, for $14.95. And we have specials on Lucky One lemonades. Fab Friday night specials tonight. And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the second race, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse. And the field set to load now as Eyelight is the first one to go up. Zippin' Sevens right in. Now Miss Flashy Harbor to join them. Miss Union strides to the gate. Flying by outside post. Now they're in. All set. And runners away. Slow at the get. Eyelight. On the front end from the outside, flying by, goes after the lead, met quickly by Miss Union. 2.5 clear of Zippin' Sevens racing third. Span of 3 back to Eyelight in stride with Miss Flashy Harbor. They bring up the tail with a half mile to go. They run for the far turn. Miss Union at the inside, just in front, but Flying By's right there to run with her. Those two are stride for stride. Span of 3 to Zippin' Sevens. Eyelight racing fourth. Then comes Miss Flashy Harbor with a quarter mile to go. Miss Union out front strides away to lead it by 2. Flying By is chasing. Zippin' Sevens racing third. Up to the outside comes Eyelight and Miss Flashy Harbor. They head for home now. Miss Union to take them inside the final furlong. Leads it by 4 or 5. Flying By chasing and Miss Flashy Harbor. But in deep stretch, it's all Miss Union. Miss Union winner by 5. Miss Flashy Harbor in second. Flying By third. Zippin' Sevens and Eyelight. They stop the clock in 1:09 and 54 100ths. An official order of finish appears on the totalizator board for the second race tonight. Finishing first, number 4, Miss Union. Second was number 3, Miss Flashy Harbor. Third came number 5, Flying By. And fourth, number 2, Zippin' Sevens. Running time of the race, a quick 1:09 and 54 100ths. Second race tonight, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse. Results official. In the Michelob Ultra Winners Circle, it's Miss Union. Owned by Gary Williamson, trained by Steve Henson. Back-to-back wins and a double for jockey Kevin Krieger. Miss Union is a 7-year-old chestnut mare by Union Eyes from Rachel's Bell. She was sired by Perfect Mandate. Bred in California by Francis O'Leary. Here's a look at the prices for the second race tonight. Winner number 4, Miss Union, $12.86 to win. $5.28 to place, $3.96 on the show ticket. Number 3, Miss Flashy Harbor, $5.40 and $3.50. Third number 5, Flying By, $4.28 to show. The Exacta, $33.93. The early double paid $12.72. 50-cent trifecta, $87.49. 10-cent super, $21.18. Coming up, the third race tonight, the Olympic Eagle Purse at 5 furlongs. No changes in the third race. Post time coming up at 7:50, 17 minutes until post time.
Horses getting ready for race number 3 at Emerald Downs, the Olympic Eagle Purse. Yeah, and a reminder, get those entry blanks in if you want to participate in the $1,000 horseshoe toss. Need those entry blanks filled out by post time of this race, so you have a little more than 10 minutes. Customer Service Center on track level. Number 1, Flash That Smile. This is a non-winners of 2 races condition. So a maiden race, a maiden victory makes you eligible or less. And Flash That Smile picked up her maiden win at Turf Paradise back in January. She's had 2 starts since then, both here at Emerald Downs. Second to Maximum Sparkle, who was absolutely dominant back in early May. And then she was unplaced behind Alluring Valentine, who was a 2-time winner and didn't run badly at all in the Seattle Stakes last Sunday. So Flash That Smile takes a drop in class for Debbie Peary. Broker Maiden, Flash That Smile right up on the front end with speed, has shown early speed on a lot of occasions in her 7-race career. And she's just going 5 furlongs today, a short sprint. So Frank Alvarado undoubtedly will be looking for a good start and get her involved early. Number 2 is Bella Chow Chow. She's made a couple starts at Emerald Downs, and her maiden victory came here as well last year. Bella Chow Chow. She's getting ready to race, comes off a much improved effort. Her second start dropped in class and ran second to Kinky Moon, who won that race very easily. But a good effort by Bella Chow Chow. She was in it all the way 2 weeks ago in a 6.5 furlong sprint. She shortens in distance as well. Coco Patino runner Kevin Krieger, second time aboard. Krieger wins in races 1 and 2. 5-1 winner, Miss Union last race, a big winner for trainer Steve Henson. There's the 3, Flyin' Wild and Free. Mike Puich, trainee. She's had 1 start at Emerald Downs. That was 2 weeks ago in the Kinky Moon win over Bella Chow Chow. And had the number 1 post position that day. She moves a little bit more outside. Pablo Castillo back aboard. So back in at 8,000 non-winners at 2. Maiden win at Hastings last summer in a sprint for Bella Chow, for Flyin' Wild and Free. Obsidian Storm, second start at Emerald Downs. She made her career, or made a start here last August. Didn't show too much as a 2-year-old, but her most recent form down at Los Alamitos, much better for Francisco Rodriguez. Blake Nunnally. Luna Linda up from Turf Paradise. Ran here briefly last year. She is the 5 for Marcelino Trujillo. Omachi Girl is back at Emerald Downs. She's run into Subtle Shimmer a couple of times at this meeting, so it's a definite class drop for the 6. Kendra Lyon, Silvio Amador. And there's the 7, Secret Hottie. She's got early speed as well. She won here in 2024. On the track for the 3rd.
Horses on the track for the 3rd race. The 3rd race, a distance of 5 furlongs, the Olympic Eagle Purse. It's a claiming event, purse of $11,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. And race fans, a final reminder to get your entries in for the $1,000 Lucky One Lemonade Horseshoe Toss Drawing. Simply place your entry in the bin by customer service located on track level prior to post time of this upcoming third race. We will select 3 winners and 2 alternates to throw a horseshoe after the 5th race tonight. If you get a ringer, you could win $1,000. If no one throws a ringer, the horseshoe closest to the stake will win $100. The $1,000 Lucky One Lemonade Horseshoe Toss. Get those entries in on track level.
Third race getting close here at Emerald Downs. The start of our 50-cent pick 5. Races 3 through 7. This is a filly and mare sprint at 5 furlongs. A field of 7. Non-winners of 2 condition. And, 7 to choose from in here. Looks like a pretty wide open field. Current favorite, number 2, Bella Chow Chow. Kevin Krieger's taken the first 2 races as a jockey. Let's go up to Tom.
Joe, I go to Secret Hottie here. A little bit of a price play, 7-1 currently. I think may like the shorter distance a little bit better here today. I go 7-2-1.
7-2-1 for Tom. Secret Hottie from trainer Vince Gibson. Definitely has some speed, and at 5/8 of a mile, third start off a layoff, shortening up in distance. I'm going to go Omachi Girl, who has run into some very tough fillies at Emerald Downs in May and June. Subtle Shimmer won one of the races, Naughty Night the other. Subtle Shimmer was second. Second place finish after that down at Union. But back at Emerald Downs on a class drop, a little bit of tactical speed. I think she can make her presence felt nicely in here. I'm on the 6. Tom's on the 7 in race 3.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the third. Field set to load for the third race. The Olympic Eagle Purse at 5 furlongs. Flash That Smile, first one to head to the mark. Now comes Flying Wild and Free. Slot left open for Bella Chow Chow. Now comes Obsidian Storm. Luna Linda follows next. Amachi Girl comes to join them. One from the outside. Secret Hottie outside post. Bella Chow Chow last one under the breakaway blanket. Now they're in. Field is set. And runners away. Good start, middle of the pack for Luna Linda, who surges to the front. Flash That Smile is quickly there to engage. Moving at the rail, Bella Chow Chow is moving on next. From between horses, Amachi Girl up to the outside comes Secret Hottie. Span of 2.5 back to Obsidian Storm. Flying Wild and Free on the go from the tail of the pack. And around the turn they go. Flash That Smile has the lead by a length and a half. Make it 2. Luna Linda is chasing next. And Bella Chow Chow tucked away at the rail. Secret Hottie swings to the outside with Amachi Girl. They come off the turn and run for home. Flash That Smile takes them to the final furlong, and she's out front by 2.5 clear. Bella Chow Chow trying to reel in the leader. Back third is Amachi Girl. Flash That Smile trying to hold on. Here's the wire. Flash That Smile by a half. Bella Chow Chow is next, back to Flying Wild and Free in a close spot with Omachi Girl. Then we drop back to Obsidian Storm. Luna Linda was back in that with Secret Hottie. Time on the board, 58 and 25 100ths. First two finishers on the board. Finishing first, it was number 1, Flash That Smile. Second was number 2, Bella Chow Chow. Photo remains for the show position. Once again, the running time was 58 and 25 100 seconds. Third race tonight, the Olympic Eagle Purse. Photo showing number 6, Amachi Girl, third. Number 3, Flying Wild and Free, was fourth. Results official. In the Michelob Ultra Winner's Circle, Flash That Smile. Owned by Trevor Daniel Morgan, trained by Debbie Perry. Frank Alvarado, the winning rider. 6-year-old chestnut mare by Smiling Tiger from Scary Fast. She was sired by Congaree. Bred in California by Harris Farms Incorporated. Here's a look at the prices for the third race tonight. Winner number 1, Flash That Smile, $9.52 to win, $4.36 to place, $2.86 to show. Number 2, Bello Chow Chow, $3.10 and $2.34. Third, number 6, Amachi Girl, $2.28 to show. Winning exacta, $11.51. The rolling double, $43.37. 50-cent trifecta, $13.57. The 10-cent super, $6.54. Winning pick 3, $27.66 on the early pick 3. There was a claim in the third race. Number 1, Flash That Smile, was claimed. The new owner, Marco Antonio Lopez Sanchez. The new trainer, Jorge Rosales. Number 1, Flash That Smile, claimed from the third race. Coming up the fourth race, the Lucky One Lemonade Purse at 6 furlongs. Number 5, Mr. O, has been scratched. Scratch, number 5, Mr. O. Here's a look at the photo for the show position in tonight's third race. Post time for the fourth race at 8:16, less than 17 minutes until post time. Fans First Bet is giving you up to a $250 sign-up bonus when you open an account with a promo code EMD200. That's EMD200. And bet $1,000 in your first 60 days. That's a 20% rebate on your first $1,000 in wagers. Download the First Bet app. That's 1/STBet today to get started. And remember to use the promo code EMD200 to claim your exclusive bonus. Download the app now. Play today. First Bet.
time for race number 4 at Emerald Downs, the Lucky One Lemonade Purse. It's a 6-furlong sprint for 4-year-olds and upward. And a good, strong field here for the 4th. This will kick off our late pick 4 as the fabulous Murph Tones are entertaining out by the winner's circle on a Fab Friday night. The winner's circle is where these 5 are aspiring to. Number 1, Bluegrass Lent. Bluegrass Lent, a BC bred. Emerald Downs for the first year after campaigning up at Hastings. Patty Laney trainee, Alex Cruz aboard, and he just finished in a dead heat with West Coast Bull at this distance 3 weeks ago. West Coast Bull's number 4 in here, so Bluegrass Lent, West Coast Bull, pretty close together. Bluegrass Lent came from a little bit off the pace that day. West Coast Bull was chasing Going South. They finished on even terms as Going South won that up front. So Bluegrass Lent, an improved race. He took a little drop in class and ran second. And he's got a good record at 6 furlongs, a distance not run up at Hastings nearly as much as 6.5, but he's got a win and a second at 6 furlongs from 3 tries. That second, of course, 3 weeks ago. Number 2, Lucky Code. First start of the year, been off about 10 months. Really been a fine racehorse for trainer Scott Freeman. Blake Nunnally aboard tonight. Limited tries at the 6 furlong distance, but second and a third from 3 efforts. And he's campaigned well, competed well on the grass down at Turf Paradise. Kept excellent company here last year and was in the thick of things, going short or long. Lucky Code trained up to this race. And Blake Nunnally will have the mount. There he is. 6-year-old son of Honor Code. This is a non-winners of 3 condition. Number 3 is Adios Nicanor. Yeah, Calbred, trained by Tom Wenzel, just ran a good second behind Conrad Meadows in his seasonal debut, a fast closing second. And that was his first ever race at Emerald Downs. He'd been on the fairs in Southern Cal and also raced well at Santa Anita last year. Adios Nicanor with Adrian Castellanos. And Castellanos and Tom Wenzel getting along famously. Looks like 5 for 7. Castellanos, 5 wins, 7 mounts heading into this week at Emerald Downs. Adios Nicanor. West Coast Bull has good speed. He's won here at ages 2 and 3. He's got a second and a third at the meeting. He's been up against Going South in each of those 2 previous races. No Going South today, so a chance for him to be prominent all the way around. And that is Carlo Lopez getting back aboard for trainer Steve Bullock. West Coast Bull by Coast Guard. Scratch the 5. Mr. O is out. Scratch 5. Dynamic Secret on the outside has put up some good sprints in his career. This is his 3rd start off a layoff. He finished behind West Coast Bull and Bluegrass Lent 3 weeks ago. Frank Lucarelli has Isaiah Enriquez aboard after a recent claim. To the track for the 4th.
Horses on the track for the 4th race tonight, a distance of 6 furlongs, the Lucky One Lemonade Purse. It's a claiming event, purse of $14,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upward. Reminder that number 5, Mr. O, has been scratched. Post time in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead to the 7th and final race tonight, there is a late scratch in the 7th race. Number 6, Flight Rider, has now been scratched. Scratch number 6, Flight Rider, in the 7th and final. If you had number 6, Flight Rider, in the 7th race, combined in your multi-race wagers, your selection will be automatically transferred to the post-time wagering favorite in the 7th race. And race fans, time now to announce our contestants for tonight's $1,000 Lucky One Lemonade Horseshoe Toss. If you hear your name announced, contact the winner's circle. All right, we have Steve Medina of Black Diamond. Steve Medina from Black Diamond. Head to the winner's circle, please. Nate Burke of Maple Valley. Nate Burke of Maple Valley, kindly check in at the winner's circle. Then we have Herman Smith of Skyway. Herman Smith of Skyway, to the winner's circle, please. We have 2 alternates, just in case, somebody may not show up. We have Denise Anderson of Auburn. Denise, from right here in Auburn. And Ryan Larson of Edgewood. Ryan Larson of Edgewood, you're tonight's also eligibles. If you heard your name announced, contact the winner's circle.
It's the fourth race coming up at Emerald Downs. It's a 6 furlong sprint for older horses, non-winners of 3 races condition. Scratch the 5, so we have 5 getting ready to compete. There's a look at Dynamic Secret and a Muckleshoot Derby winner a couple years ago. Let's head up to Tom.
That's right, Joe. And Mr. O being scratched out of this race, as we talked about earlier this evening, this really changes the race up quite a bit and makes it a little bit more of a wide open affair. That said, I'll go to the inside with Bluegrass Lint, number 1, opens up at 6-1 here and currently 5-1. So holding pretty steady in the odds. Bluegrass Lint draws the rail, had a solid effort in the last outing. Lucky Code has a bit of back class to offer, may like this spot for the season debut. And Idios Nicanor was a good runner-up in the first start of the meeting as well. I went 1-2-3 here in the fourth.
1, 2, 3 for Tom. Bluegrass Lint on top. I'm going to take Lucky Code. He has been real versatile. He's run well at Emerald Downs. He's run well all different scenarios put in front of him for trainer Scott Freeman. And his final race of August of last year, his most recent race, it was a fast pace and a 6.5 furlong sprint. He was close all the way. He can show that kind of speed, and he might need to today. Blake not only up for Freeman. I'll go number 2. Tom's on the 1 in race 4.
Thank you, Joe. And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the fourth race tonight. The Lucky One Lemonade Purse at 6 furlongs. And the field set to load for this one. Bluegrass Lint under Alex Cruz will head to the inside position. Lucky Code and Blake Nunley standing by. They look it over. Gate crew working with number 1 Bluegrass Lint to get that one situated. Now comes the New York bred by Honor Code, Lucky Code, right up to the line. Idios Nicanor to join them. West Coast Bull steps up. It'll be Dynamic Secret to get us underway. Dynamic Secret steps in. All set. And runners away. Lucky Code off stride at the start. From the middle of the pack, West Coast Bull rushing away alertly. Up from the outside, Dynamic Secrets in the early chase. Moving through comes Bluegrass Lint. There from between horses comes Lucky Code with Idios Nicanor. They're tightly bunched with a half mile to go. West Coast Bull moving under a good hold, leads it by length. Dynamic Secret on the outside, 2.5. Bluegrass Lint's holding third at the rail. Idios Nicanor begins to make his move from the outside. There's 2 back to Lucky Code, and around the turn they go. West Coast Bull on the lead by a head. Dynamic Secret from the outside there to challenge. Idios Nicanor moves into third. Bluegrass Lint is next at the rail, and Lucky Code, they round the turn and head for home. West Coast Bull comes to the final furlong in front by a length and a half. Dynamic Secret chasing an Idios Nicanor, but in deep stretch. West Coast Bull is going on. It's West Coast Bull home in front. Race for second, a close one. Dynamic Secret from Idios Nicanor, Bluegrass Lint, and Lucky Code. Time on the board was 1:10 and 17/100. First place finisher on the board. First it was number 4, West Coast Bull. Photo for the police position. The photo shows number 6, Dynamic Secret, finishing second. Number 3, Ideos Nicanor, was third. Number 1, Bluegrass Lent, finished fourth. Running time of the race once again, 1 minute 10 and 17/100 seconds. The fourth race tonight, the Lucky One Lemonade Purse. Results are official. Into the Michelob Ultra winner's circle, it's West Coast Bull. Owned by Gold Coast Racing, number 6. Trained by Steve Bullock. Ridden to victory by Carlo Lopez. West Coast Bull's a 4-year-old. Dark bay or brown gelding by Coast Guard. From Market Formula, she was sired by Market Tree. West Coast Bull, bred here in Washington by Gene Welch. And a look at the prices for the fourth race tonight. Winner number 4, West Coast Bull, returns $6.98 to win, $4.80, $2.90 across. Number 6, Dynamic Secret, $4.58, $2.82. Third came number 3, Ideos Nicanor, $2.68 to show the exact at $12.67. Rolling double, $19.76. 50-cent trifecta, $22.89. 10-cent super, $6.97. Pick 3, $82.29. And the early pick 4, $123.46. Now more music from the Murph Tones tonight here at Emerald. The Murph Tones, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have the Murph Tones with us here at Emerald Downs. Looking ahead to the fifth race tonight, the neutral purse at 6 furlongs. No changes for that race. Post time for the fifth race coming up at 8:42, just 13 minutes away.
Race number 5 at Emerald Downs starts our last pick 3 on a Fab Friday. And those pick 3s, once again, just a 12% takeout. 7 runners here, 8 in the 6th race. And that final leg of the pick 3 with 6 runners. There's a look at number 1, Hacksaw Mountain, that gray son of Bodie Express. And Hacksaw Mountain making his 4th start at the current meeting. Has been a little bit of an also-ran, 4th and 5th place finishes. He did drop down to 8,000 in his most recent. That was a mile. And he's going to go back to a sprint tonight for trainer Jose Navarro. This is a non-winners of 2 condition, and his 1 victory, Hacksaw Mountain, won at 6 furlongs. There he is. Attractive gray roan, Cal-bred 3-year-old. Couple 3-year-olds in here, Hacksaw Mountain and number 4, Mo Gray. Number 2 is Rocks-A-Lot. Rocks-A-Lot, new to Emerald Downs this year, has made 1 start at the meeting. He finished behind Mr. Executive and regarding Harry 2 weeks ago, showing a little stalking speed. Has a win earlier this year at Turf Paradise. In fact, in the first part of May, had a game win on the front end, going 5 furlongs. Thank you, sir. And number 2, Rocks-A-Lot, from trainer Sarah Jennings, Pablo Castillo aboard. So a little speed there. Number 3, Fruit Loots, Rosie Simpkins runner, 2nd off the bench. Good runner-up finish behind My Vino in his first start. And he is anxious to get back out onto the track. And Rosie Simpkins runners really performing well. 3 wins, 3 seconds from just 8 starters. Fruit Loots, Broke his maiden right up on the front end. That was in 2024. His best races are when he's pretty close to the pace. Kevin Krieger, second time aboard for Simpkins. The 4 there is Mo Gray, who's come up to Emerald Downs for the first time. Has a win and a second in 2 starts. So a maiden win right off the van from Phoenix, and then a good strong second last time out. Both of those are sprints. Recently claimed, he's now in the barn of Van Wisdom. Silvio Amador rides, and Amador did win aboard Mo Gray in late May. There's the 4, Mo Gray by Yaupon. Aloha Chrome in behind there. Aloha Chrome is making his Emerald Downs debut. He's coming up from Santa Anita, a series of 1-mile races, and a second and a third among his last 3. So he has been passing horses, competing well at the Great Race Place. Couple works at Emerald Downs as well for trainer Francisco Rodriguez. Kevin Orozco sits atop. Lenny Cicheron aboard Tiger's Son, making his 3rd start of 2026. Just beaten 2 1/4 lengths last time out. Steps up just a little bit in class for Hilario Perez. There's the 6. And regarding Harry on the outside, he's on good form. Come up from Phoenix and has 2 seconds at Emerald Downs and just in it all the way around. Jim Gilmore runner Alyssa Morales on the track for the 5th.
Horses are on the track for the 5th race tonight. The neutral purse at 6 furlongs. It's a claiming event, purse of $11,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upward. Post times coming up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes to post.